Alright, we're on another camping trip. That way is almost directly south, and that's the big lake, Lake Sam Rayburn. Got all my camping stuff. I'm bringing a cot with me this time. I'm gonna stay out here for several days. It's gonna be a new moon, so it's supposed to be good hunting. It's gonna be nice and not too cold, not too hot. Should be nice. May get a little rain, but nothing major, I don't think. So stick with me. Right up there, I don't know if you can see it yet or not, but that is the bridge way up there. And that's where I'm headed to, and that's where the river starts. And then we go up the river about 3 or 4 miles. This is the area that I had to walk last time. So we've got enough water, so hopefully we can float this time instead of having to walk. So we're gonna see. So far it's been so good, so hopefully it'll hold out. I think the river's been up. It's just fell just below flood stage, so it should have plenty of water in it. Let's hope. So stick with me. We're gonna see what the good Lord's gonna bless us with this time. So it may be just a good time, but you never know. That's why they call it hunting. So we'll turn the camera back on here in a little while. Well, there's the bridge. See the cars going by. And that is where I came from. See way over there? That's where I came from. It only took me about 45 minutes. That's not bad. Now it starts into the river. So kind of familiar with this, so hopefully it hasn't changed too much. Sometimes when it floods, it changes quite a bit. But I made it through there okay. Only hit bottom about 3 or 4 times, but I was able to motor on through it, so got back into some deeper water. All right, on with the boat trip in. Getting to the hunting grounds is a trip in itself. So that's part of the fun. We'll get back with you in just a little bit. Let's see how much this river's coming up on the cut. It's gonna be like a mini little rapid. It's gonna be fun. See how it comes around that corner? All them eddies. About 3 convolutions coming right through there. The river makes a horseshoe, comes back around the same place. So it gets a little hairy coming through there sometimes. This river's way up. I mean, it is way up. So it's good. We wanted it to come up a little bit. Anyway, we're about halfway to the camp, so we'll turn the camera back on here in a little while. Well, I'm at the swamp where the hog wallow was and the crossing. The crossing was right there, so you can see how far the river's up. It's good for maybe 5 feet higher than what it was in here last. My boat's parked on dry ground where it was dry ground. And they crossed right there underneath that tree. And right in here's where I shot that first one and he got away. Matter of fact, it was right there by that tree right there where I shot him when he started to go across that slough. And I shot the other one across that slough over in there. Now, I have walked this area out. There is a little bit of hog sign in here, so the hogs are still coming in here. No deer sign whatsoever. Very few overcup acorns. And I mean, the hogs are getting those just as soon as they hit the ground, I think. I mean, they tore up the ground pretty good. They look like they've been in here for a few days though. So I walked all this out, went all out through yonder, through that thicket and stuff, and no deer sign whatsoever. So we're gonna get in a little boat, and where I had my stand set up the first time on the first hunt, that creek is so high. I did get my boat up to where I usually park, but it was so swift that I didn't want to chance it. I didn't see any tracks in there either, so I'm gonna have to hunt up the deer. I think I know where they're at, so I'm gonna load the boat up and go on her up the river a little piece and see if we can't find the deer. They when the water's up like this, they don't try to swim that river, and so I'm gonna see if I can find where they're at. Hang with me. Okay, I made it to what they call Spears Creek. Made up about as far as I could make it up the creek, and this is high ground here. There's the river out there. We've camped right here on this hill I don't know how many times. There's four-wheeler trails right on back here that we use. We haven't used them in years. As before we moved on the river, we used to come in here and back way through a old logging road on four-wheelers. But as you can see, I got to about here and the swamp started. I mean, it is just, I walked till it got up to my ankles and it just kept getting deeper and deeper, so I don't want to get my feet wet. There's a hill way out there, but getting to it would be a pain. So I'm gonna try plan C. We go back up here and go to an old camp spot, back up the river. There's a little cut through that cuts the river off, and I used to camp on an island in there. There's a big white oak tree, so if they're brave enough to swim that river, there may be some deer sign under it. So let me get in there and see what I can find in there. I knew it was going to be trouble finding the deer with all this water, so that's the reason I come out here a couple of days early. It gives me for today and tomorrow to find them. Best hunting is going to be Monday and Tuesday, and today's just Saturday, so I'm just scouting until I find them next couple of days. So I may put out some meat traps so that I can catch maybe a squirrel or a coon or something, so have some meat, fresh meat. So anyway, stick with me, we're still scouting. Now if you recall the 24 hours upriver video I did, where I went into a slough and then I showed you the teepee, you can see the teepee and everything. Well, this is the other end of that slough, and it comes right back out to the river. So I'm gonna try to go up it and see if I can get to the same location, and so I squeeze under this tree here. So let's see what happens. It's gonna be tight. Well, Well, I made it. Just barely. Let's get to the top of my head. He squeaked through. See, that's where we came in last time, right through there. It's kind of rough getting through there in their high water. See how rough it is? See it or not? But it gets a little quick in there. So I'm gonna put the boat in over here and scout around a little bit, see what we got. Here. I call those widowmakers. All right, we made it. All right, we'll get back with you in a little bit. I am not positive, but folks, I think that is a turkey tail. Those who know, let me know. The bottom side of it. Let's see if I can do this without. There's the bottom side of it. So let me know if it is. That is a very good medicinal mushroom. It has some very good properties. So you got 3 of them right there. Anyway, cool little find. If you recall, 24 hours upriver, that's where the teepee was set up. Then over there, you can still see the debris. That's where I had my table set up. And there's my fleshing beam that I took down. This was my trapping camp. But believe it or not, the water was higher then than it is now. It was all the way. Let's see if I can do this without making you sick. But it was all the way up into there. The river was. When I came through that cutoff right there, it was, man, it was like shooting rapids. I mean, it was hairy. So, anyway, I'm going to do a little scout out through here. If I see anything else interesting, I'll turn the camera back on. But this is my old camp. I've camped here quite a few times. Plenty of firewood up on the hill. Kind of warm. Air doesn't get to, cold air doesn't get to you, north wind don't. So it's a good camping spot. So I'll get back with you in a little while. First deer sign I've seen. That's too bad that doesn't tell me if that's a buck or a doe. But it's right where some overcup acorns are. I looked around the white oak tree, found tons of holes, but nothing that looked like deer had been eating them. So I don't know, but this is definitely deer eating this, because you can see where they, I don't know if I can find that, zoom in or not, but there we go. They'll spit out the holes, and deer's about the only ones that'll do that. Squirrels will, but not like that. So anyway, so deer is definitely coming in here. So now I gotta figure out how to set up my stand in here, and So I can figure out which way they're coming in. So I'll get back with you. Yeah, sitting here taking a break. I walked out my little island and I showed you what I saw. And the white oak acorns, there wasn't any acorns, there's a bunch of hulls. But so I don't know if they're still falling, they just eating them as soon as they fall or what. But there's I saw several overcup acorns again. Man, these woods are full of those things. But deer still eating them. I showed you on camera what I saw on the droppings and everything. So that is the only deer sign that I've seen. I haven't seen any scrapes. I haven't seen any rubs. So I don't know. Maybe those bucks are hitting the big thickets. Not sure. So what I thought maybe I'd do is I'm gonna set out some traps, some meat traps, and see if I can catch some squirrels or coons or something. So I have a little fresh meat on camp. And after that, set up camp. And depending on how much daylight's left, I may go out and sit on the stump. So anyway, that's what I'm planning on doing. So I'll get back with you once I do something interesting. So stick with me. Goodbye.